As I was booting my computer, I was contemplating whether to create this video because I didn't want to say something that I would regret later on regarding this Caramba thing that is going on and the way that it's being reported on the TV and the news that I don't watch, but I hear from other people. It's an absolute panic. I cannot believe that people are doing what they're doing. I don't want to be called a Caramba denier because that's already a term, but they're asking us to do social distancing. If you understand how humans work, humans are all about the touch. As soon as you are born as a little baby, you want to be hugged, you want to be touched, you want to be um, feeling warm and secure in the arms of your mother and father. That's how we communicate before we speak the language. As I'm talking about this, I'm biting my tongue. And for all those who are saying that the government don't know what they're doing, I think they know exactly what they're doing. Maybe they are not aware or realize why they're doing what they're doing, but their handlers certainly do. That's all I'm going to say about the Caramba for now. I want to show you some of the channels I found recently, and when I say follow, I don't agree with everything they say. I may watch some of their videos for the next couple of weeks and then get over them and move on. So it's not like I'm sticking behind them and I'm completely promoting them. And I ask you to go and watch it absolutely, because some of them are most people's not cup of tea, actually. A lot of them are conspiratorial. Others bring great insights. So let me start. Before I show you some of these channels, I realize that I'm myself one big contradiction, because a lot of these channels and people I kind of watch and follow for at least a little while, I don't agree with, but that's the only way to learn. So you see their point of view, and sometimes you see how wrong you were about certain things, and you've learned something. Other times you just move on. So just very recently, I found this guy, Michael Norman. I mean, he hasn't even got 5,000 subscribers, but he's got these daily updates of about 10 minutes. He's got a um, newsletter behind, a very expensive one, but I think he knows what he's talking about. So you're going to have to figure it out yourself. Listen to a few of the videos, and if you like it, subscribe and just watch it. I'm trying to bring some value. In no particular order, there's a very, very controversial Peekay Censored. Yeah, you again, you are going to have to go and watch it and make up your own mind. You may think I'm mad for watching any one of these videos, even 2 minutes of any of the videos of Peekay Censored. Then you got Angel White. Very, very. I'm still trying to figure out some of the videos. As the title says there, the Caramba programming. It tells you something and a lot about Trump, and it's really, really unusual. Let me see how many subscribers. I can't tell, so he must have hidden that. Okay, so that's the Angel White. Falsewitness Bear. Whole different Pandora box. Once you start watching this, yeah, you may or may not understand it, and once again, you might think I'm mad for watching it. Now, I have not or have been on a whole food plant-based diet for more than 2 years now. I feel great. I've done a lot of research. Yet, this is the contradiction that I am. I like this channel, Aussie Bush Harvest. The guy goes hunting, and such a lovely guy, very entertaining to watch. And he's an Aussie. Great channel. I just like it. Aussie Bush Harvest. You're probably going to think I'm mad, but you'll probably be right. Then he goes on to nutritionfacts.org and talking about the benefits of what used to be called a vegan diet, but the whole food plant-based diet, meaning that vegan diet is something. It could be, you could be drinking beer and eating chips. Technically, that's vegan, means that there's no animal in it, but it's not a healthy diet. So to be healthy, it needs to be whole food, plant-based. So it'll be potatoes, it'll be legumes, it'll be beans, it'll be all the salads and greens and spinaches and nuts and seeds and other things like that. And I didn't mention fruit and goodness of it. But that diet is that you can eat as much as you want and you won't gain weight as long as you don't eat too much bread. that seems to be kind of, or pasta, but it's all allowed. Anyway, you're probably by now thinking, what is this channel about? I just didn't want to get into controversy about the Caramba thing, so I'll let you watch some of the previous channels I just mentioned. There is another guy. He totally believes in the Caramba veg sauce, but what I like about him is like a full-blown, let's call it vegan, or whole food plant-based proponent. But he goes and pulls apart some of the so-called research, which, I mean, overwhelming research tells you that you want to go whole food plant-based. But there are some little pockets where they might not be 100% correct, and he researches that and goes into details and kind of debunks some of the things. But they're not big. Trust me, whole food plant-based is the way to go. It isn't against meat. It isn't all about saving the planet and that sort of stuff. It tends to help the environment. But let's be completely selfish and just say, what is the best thing for me to eat? And what is the best thing for me to cut out of my diet? It turns out it's the whole food plant-based. Back to controversy, quantum of conscience. That's all I'll say. And then we're going back to something a bit more mainstream, but very interesting, live wire markets. They're Aussie people who interview all the money managers in Australia, so you get some sort of a bit more relevant local spiel on stocks. Gives you some ideas. You probably wouldn't want to trade according to those, but they're honest enough to just give their opinion. As previously mentioned, obviously, Walk the World is there. Then you got Marty Leeds. It's all about pi. He goes into numbers. It's amazing, some of the presentations about how adding some of the numbers, the phalanges on your fingers and everything makes sense. And we've got like 33 vertebrae in our spine, and how it's all connected to numbers and God. And by God, again, I mean creator, something that probably most likely created this world, unless you believe in Big Bang, like we all came from nothing, and we are hurling through space at the infinite speed, yet we can't feel it. But that's of course because of gravity, apparently. Oh, I had a motorbike up until about a year and a half, 2 years ago, for 10 years or longer, and that's the only form of transport I used here in Sydney. Again, how insane is that? I never had any accidents, so or near accidents, so that was lucky. So I got the bike show, some dudes from South Africa. Very interesting. I'm sure that many of you have heard of Greg Hunter. Used to be a big follower, but he's got a lot of controversial and people who just call 20,000 gold and this and that and all sorts of predictions that never come true. So I'm a bit sick of it and over it. Then you got Rob Skiba. Don't even want to know what he's on about, but he's pretty good. Mountain Bear, satire, comedy, excellent. Well, what a change of a format that was. I don't know. I hope you like it. I hope it brought you some value. I didn't waffle too much. Why am I not talking about markets? Well, let me give you last final word for now about the markets. They've just recovered today. By recovered, I mean they didn't go down by 10%, so they went up about 5% today, Tuesday, 17th of March, 2020. I absolutely don't think it's over. I think the government's going to pump this Caramba to the max. It's going to get much worse before it gets better. So those opportunities that will present themselves, I don't think they're there. If you're jumping in now, you're too early. I think that a lot of people are thinking, you know what, I'm going to look like such a genius if I buy into this market that's corrected by, say, 30%, and in about 6-12 months' time, I'm going to look so smart. You know, you'll never pick the bottom, so it's a better time to get in now than it was when it was 30% more expensive. Of course, you're buying a 30% discount stocks, but I think you'd want to wait a little bit longer. That's all I'm saying. That's just my complete opinion. I have not gone in. I still have the BBOZ, and I'm doing really well on that. Ticker is BBOZ, and that was purely according to Martin Armstrong's recommendation. Look it up. It's on my channel. It's a prediction, and then it's got Martin Armstrong, and you should be able to find it. it's very frustrating seeing how much people panic and how much people actually believe everything they see on TV. It's going to take months. This is why I may or may not be making too many videos in the future unless something big happens. But then again, something big is happening. Markets up and down, by 5 and 10% in a day, and then you got this Caramba ongoing, and it's not going to let off anytime soon. So I'll see. I can't promise anything, but I'm definitely hopefully keeping the channel open. And as soon as I have something for you, I'll put it on the line for everyone on the wire. With that, thanks all for watching, and we'll catch up again soon.